man. All right, so I guess what you guys just failed to realize, and I guess you just don't understand with the nostalgia of the 1900s, is that basketball is changing. For you to get the most high efficient shot, which is at the rim, which in today's NBA they shoot about 64% at the rim. For you to get that shot, you must be able to shoot the 3 point. If you cannot shoot the 3 pointer, you'll never get the most high efficient shot in basketball, which is at the rim. The whole point is that when you're shooting 36% on average from 3 point land, the only shot that beats it is at the rim. You're never going to get every shot at the rim. And what you're not calculating, Fluent, is that there's defense on the floor. So as much as you say the long rebounds and transition and fouls caused, teams play better defense. Players play better defense today. So getting your actual shot at the rim is way much more difficult unless you have the three ball. That's the only way you can take advantage of it.
Peace and blessings. Welcome to GOAT James Kingdom. What you just heard was me, A Johnny, on Sports Fluent and Chilltown's show on the Sports Fluent TV channel. Be sure to subscribe to his channel and also check out their show every Tuesday night live straight off the Sports Fluent TV channel. Now back to me being on the show. What we were discussing was how great today's NBA is in contrast to the 1900s. As you can see, people like Sports Fluent and Chilltown are hard advocates for the 90s basketball, and they claim that this style of basketball is more efficient or better to watch and better for the aesthetics when they're talking about playing the game of basketball and for basketball fans to watch. But is that so? We contest here in GOAT James Kingdom that today's NBA is the best era in NBA history. But we'll give the 90s a chance, so let's go back and look at the 90s basketball. As you can see, this is a 1997 basketball game, Detroit Pistons versus the New York Knicks. And as you can see, automatically illegal defense was called because, again, the game of basketball back then had you playing man on man. And obviously when you can't play good defense and you can't play good basketball, you end up being aggressive and wanting to start a fight like Oakley's trying to do there. But at the end of the day, if we look at what the Detroit Pistons are trying to do, all they're doing is clearing out one side of the floor to get the ball to Grant Hill. This was 90s basketball. This was 1900s basketball. Let's try this again. Here they go again, setting up the same play for Grant Hill. Nothing intricate, nothing complex. One basically cutter to the basket. That's it. If you can't stop him, foul him. This is what they're calling better basketball, or the basketball we should be going back to? No, ladies and gentlemen. Even if we take it to the 1998 NBA Finals, supposedly the most watched NBA game of all time, which had the highest viewership ever. We look at this game, look at what they're doing here. This is the start of the game. An air ball by Scottie Pippen, who's taking a 15-foot mid-range shot, 16-foot shot. Here it is. What are we looking at? Almost a turnover there by John Stockton. What are they going to do? What we always say they're going to do, clear out one side of the floor and get the ball to what? Karl Malone, their best shooter, their best player. He hits a 18-foot jumper. That's not getting at the rim. Is that an efficient shot? No, that's not an efficient shot. So here we go again. The Bulls get the ball. What intricate offense are we going to see? What great complex basketball are we going to watch? No, here it is. Michael Jordan getting a post up, clearing out the floor. Jordan taking a 16-footer mid-range and breaking it. Then obviously the smart player that John Stockton is, he hurry ups and get to the other side of the floor before the defense can set up. It didn't change. This is what we were talking about when we were saying that the NBA basketball was boring then. Look, same thing. It doesn't change. One cutter. Look at that. Smoke the brick right there at the rim. Brian Russell. What are they going to do? Let's see if they do anything intricate here. Let's see what they do here. Oh, they get a play. Boom. Here it is. Right to the rim. What does he do? He smoke another brick. This was what we call great basketball. Loses the ball out of bounds or gets the ball kicked out of bounds. This is what they were talking about when they were telling us that today's NBA is horrible. This is not great basketball. This is basketball of the 90s. This is what we're going to watch. This is what we want to watch today. Here we go. Clear out one side and let's let Karl Malone get the ball and dribble and dribble and dribble. I thought they had intricate offenses. Where's the intricate offense? This is very simple basketball. There's nothing intricate about this. And this is what they're trying to tell us is the greatest basketball ever.
Don't nobody want to hear that shit. Nigga.
Y'all niggas tripping.
So now that we can see with our own eyes, when there is no highlights of the 1900s, this is the type of basketball that they were playing. They were dribbling out the shot clock just like any other era. That's what you guys failed to realize. The NBA has not really changed. They always created spacing. It's just that in today's NBA, they use the three-point line instead of the mid-range shot. but we'll let the NBA explain today's game for you.
Welcome back to another watch along. Today it is the 2017 Golden State Warriors, perhaps the best offense in NBA history. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. We're picking it up in the second half. This is a February game. The first thing to notice is the spacing and what having all these great shooters will do, pulling bigs out of the lane, opening up the paint for finishes like that. So it starts with DeAndre Jordan worried about this Klay Thompson cut. That gets him out of position on the Steph Curry ball screen. That's a no-no. His man had to go over, worried about that outside shooting. So Zaza Pachulia breaks free. And then on this offensive rebound, no one's in the paint to help out when JJ Redick gets backdoored. So it's a simple little broken play, but the rebound and the pass and the finish all come from the shooters and the incredible spacing of the offense. 71% of their layups were assisted. That is the best we have on record for the last quarter century plus. We have play-by-play stats and things like that back to the late 90s. And that is the best we have on record except for the 2018 version of this team, which was about 72% of their layups that were assisted. So we think of them as this jump shooting team. That was the moniker that was attached to them. They actually were fifth in the league in three-point attempts. And because they were so effective at using their movement and their shooting and setting up shots to create opportunities, they combined that with the spacing and the passing to make layups and shots around the basket, the highest value shots in basketball, more available and easier. So we saw that in the transition play earlier. If you traditionally sag off, whether it's a drop coverage or you want to protect the paint in transition, then you have to worry about these open threes. If you come out to play the shooters behind the three-point line, then you give up space in the paint and it turns into a layup. Three of the best shooters ever, and then a system that takes advantage of all their gravity, movement, and space based on feeding the right player in the right spot from the elbow, from the three-point line. That's Draymond's role as a point guard. That's Andre Iguodala off the bench as a passer. He's in right now. There's that ball pressure, physicality. And right on cue, another layup. So let's see what happens. Griffin hits the ball, maybe a double dribble. Now, why is DeAndre Jordan way out of the paint? Well, last time his man set a screen, he was too far dropped back. So this time he comes way out. Curry gets by his man. And now, because these two defenders are occupied on the super shooters, no one's left at the basket for Iguodala. Curry, Durant, Draymond, they all had the ability to attack and playmake off the dribble, which was the perfect complement to the rest of the offensive system that we've discussed.
So as you can clearly see, the way today NBA is played is that you need spacing. The spacing allows you to get the backdoor cuts. It allows you to get the high efficiency shot at the rim. This is not really new to the NBA. They were doing spacing even back in the 1900s. We're looking at the Chicago Bulls, who were one of the main premier teams to do this early on in the 1900s. They created space by putting Kukoc at the 4. So that they can spread the floor, and that would give more lanes for Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen to attack the basket or to post up near the basket. Again, you guys never believe what we say here in GOAT James Kingdom. Let's let the commentator explain.
You see Jordan holding the ball right there. Keith just falls asleep. Kukoc back cuts him. You see the floor is so spread out. You see the floor is so spread out. You see the floor is so spread out.
You see the floor is so spread out.
Good pass from Jordan. Nice follow-up from Kukoc.
So ladies and gentlemen, that is the late 90s Chicago Bulls running around with international players like today and also playing spread basketball like today, but not as complex as today, and that's why they don't like it.
Welcome to GOAT James Kingdom, where basketball lives forever. You get to enjoy VV and A Johnny talk basketball every Sunday noon Eastern time right here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel. Support by subscribing and also check out the membership at GOAT James Kingdom.